FBI employees will be protected against political retribution. So you're testifying today that you played no role in the firing of even a single FBI agent for political retribution.
None for political retribution.
And if any FBI agent said you did, they would be lying. Is that your testimony?
I'm only speaking to my actions. Everybody is allowed to make their allegations.
Oh, no, these are allegations against you.
And
so, Mr. Patel, if FBI, senior FBI agents or employees said that you were firing them for political retribution reasons because of the cases they were assigned, you're saying they would be lying. Is that
anyone that was terminated at the FBI was done so for failing to meet the standards, uphold their constitutional oath, and effectuate the mission.
Well, by meet the standards, are you talking about meet the standards of protecting the president under any circumstance?
No.
You also guaranteed Senator Blumenthal that every FBI employee will be held to the absolute same standard. No one will be terminated for case assignments. Are you testifying today that you never terminated anyone at the FBI in whole or in part because of a prior case assignment?
No one at the FBI is terminated for case assignments alone.
Well, I'm asking about you, Mr. Patel. Did you, in whole or in part, terminate anyone at the FBI because they worked on the Trump investigation or because they worked on January 6th?
No one at the FBI has been terminated for case assignments alone.
Okay, you're saying alone. Does that mean they were terminated in part because they were assigned to a January 6th case or assigned to the Mar-a-Lago case? You're being very precise here, Mr. Patel. You're saying alone. That means they were fired in part because they were assigned those cases. Is that your testimony?
Absolutely not. But if you want to keep putting words in my mouth,
then
go
let me
ahead.
ask you, let's strip away the word alone. Did you terminate or participate in any discipline of any FBI employee in whole or in part because of their work on an investigation of Donald Trump or January 6th? Yes or no?
Any terminations at the FBI by employees?
No, I'm asking you a very specific question.
And I'm going to answer the question, but you don't like the answer because it's the truth and it guts
want
your
an answer to my
narrative.
question. I don't want an answer to someone else's question. So let me just be precise, and I ask for a yes or no answer. Did you ever terminate or discipline an FBI employee in whole or in part because they had been assigned or worked on an investigation of Donald Trump or January 6th?
FBI
yes or no?
employees are only terminated
yes
if
or
they
no,
fail
Mr.
to
Patel?
uphold their oaths of
yes
office
or no?
and duty.
You're not answering my question.
I don't have to answer your question yes or no because you're setting up a trap so you can have a media narrative.
I'm not setting up a trap.
And I'm not giving it to you.
Unless it's true that you fired people.
People have been terminated at the FBI who failed to uphold the standards that the FBI requires them to uphold.
Did you tell anyone at the FBI that all FBI employees who they identified who had worked on cases against President Trump would be removed from their jobs? Did you tell that to someone at the FBI?
Say that I would remove people for case assignments?
That people that were identified as having worked on cases against President Trump would be removed from their jobs. Did you tell that to someone at the FBI?
People are not removed for case assignments.
Just answer my question. Did you tell that to someone?
People are not removed for case assignments.
No, you're not answering my question.
And I would never tell anyone.
Did you tell someone at the FBI that FBI employees identified as having worked on cases against President Trump would be removed from their jobs? Yes.
Adam is the one firing off the tough questions. He keeps asking Patel the same thing in different ways. Did you fire or discipline FBI agents because of their work on Trump investigations or January 6th cases? Yes or no? He doesn't want long speeches. He wants a simple yes or no answer. Patel is the witness under pressure. Instead of answering directly, he keeps saying things like, no one was fired for case assignments alone, or agents were only terminated if they failed to uphold their oath. Basically, he avoids giving a straight yes-no answer and sticks to carefully worded responses. The tension. Adam presses harder, accusing Patel of dodging. He even brings up complaints against Patel, suggesting that FBI insiders claim people were removed unfairly. Patel refuses to directly say those people are liars, but keeps repeating that no one was fired, just for case assignments. The curveball. Out of nowhere, Adam pivots and asks about Jeffrey Epstein's Black Book, reminding Patel of comments he made in 2024. The hearing goes from heated to shocking in just seconds. Okay, guys, let's be real here. Watching this was like watching a boxing match. Adam kept throwing the same punch. Yes or no, did you fire people for political reasons? And Patel? He kept ducking, weaving, and never giving a clean hit back. Honestly, Patel's answers sound way too lawyered up. Like, if you really didn't do it, just say, no, never. Instead, he adds qualifiers like alone or standards. That kind of wordplay always raises eyebrows. And then boom, Adam brings up Epstein's Black Book. I was like, wait, what? We just switched topics from FBI firings to Epstein files in a snap. That sudden pivot made things even more intense. My advice? When you're in the hot seat, especially as a public official, clarity is your best defense. If you're innocent, dodging makes you look guilty, even if you're not. For us viewers, this is a reminder. Pay attention not just to what's said, but how it's said. Wording can reveal a lot. If you enjoyed this reaction, hit like to support the channel. Drop a comment. Do you think Patel was being careful or just hiding something? And of course, subscribe to my shock filler for more raw and honest reactions. Trust me, the next one is going to be even crazier. Stay tuned.
Possession of the Black Book, right?
That index has been released.
So you have Jeffrey Epstein's Black Book?
What is known as Jeffrey Epstein's Black Book has been released by us.
And you released it. And let me follow up on Senator Kennedy's question, because he asked you, and I'll be very precise here. You've seen most of the files. Who, if anyone, did Epstein traffic these young women to besides himself? And you said, himself, there's no credible information, none. If there were, I would bring the case yesterday that he trafficked to other individuals. And Kennedy, the information we have, again, is limited. And Senator Kennedy said, the answer is no one. And you said, for the information we have. So is it your testimony today that in all the Epstein files, that Jeffrey Epstein trafficked no one to anyone but himself? Is that your testimony, Mr.
I never
Patel?
said Jeffrey Epstein didn't traffic anyone else.
Did he traffic any young woman to someone other than himself? That was Mr. Kennedy's question,
And I
Senator Kennedy's
said
question.
the information that 3 administrations have had access to
I'm
have
asking
made
you-
determinations that there are no investigative leads that were credible to prosecute and investigate any others. I'm specifically
I'm asking
stating
you whether
we
it's
were
your
working on.
testimony today.
Well, you just read it, and I
I'm-
said it 10 minutes ago, so let the record reflect my
I
testimony.
just want to make sure there's no misunderstanding, because there are victims like Virginia Guifer who have testified otherwise, who have said otherwise, and you're telling the American people today that the Epstein list is a single name and it's Jeffrey Epstein. That's what we're to believe?
That's not what I'm saying. That's what you're saying, and you can say whatever you want.
Let me ask you this. When Todd Blanche went to interview Ghislaine Maxwell, she said, but did I think these guys were coming for that? I really don't. If you met Epstein, there's no way that this cast of characters, of which it's extraordinary, and some are in your cabinet, who you value as your co-workers, and you know would be with him if he was a creep or because they wanted sexual favors. A man wants sexual favors, he will find that. They didn't have to come to Epstein for that. And the next question Todd Blanche, the president's former criminal defense lawyer, asked is not who in the cabinet, who are you referring to? His question is, so when's the last time you think you were with Mr. Epstein when he got a massage? So let me ask you, who are those cabinet members that Ghislaine Maxwell was referring to that, that were part of this cast of characters associated with Mr. Epstein? Who are they?
The Deputy Attorney General took the aggressive step that no one else did and interviewed Miss Maxwell for
No, I'm asking
2
you,
days,
who are
and we released
who are
the
the cabinet
entirety
members?
of that
Who are the
transcript.
cabinet members?
I do not have that transcript in front of me. You're picking it piecemeal. The American public can read the entirety of that.
One last question, because you clearly won't tell us the cabinet members associated with Mr. Epstein. Let me ask you one last question. And that is, right after she gives this testimony in front of an FBI agent, among others, she's transferred to a minimum security prison not suitable for a sex offender like herself. Who made that decision and why?
The Bureau of Prisons.
The Bureau of Decisions made it.
Prisons.
The Bureau of Prisons decided on their own, without any consultation with Blanche or anyone else, that they were going to suddenly, after this interview, completely unrelated to this interview, completely unrelated to anything she said, move her to a prison not suitable for a sex offender. You want the American people to believe that? Do you think they're stupid?
No. I think the American people believe the truth, that I'm not in the weeds on the everyday movements of
you're
inmates.
not in the weeds?
What I am doing is protecting this country, providing historic reform, and combating the weaponization of intelligence by the likes of you. And we have countlessly proven you to be a liar in Russiagate, in January 6th. You are the biggest fraud to ever sit in the United States Senate. You are a disgrace to this institution and an utter coward.
I'm not surprised.
I'm not surprised that you continue to lie from your perch and put on a show so you can go raise money for your charade. You are a political buffoon at best.
Well, you can take an internet troll.
Take it to the bank that the FBI is protecting this country and the state and citizens of the California. We are bringing historic reform. Point of order. But all you care about is a child sex predator that was prosecuted by a prior administration, and the Obama Justice Department and the Biden Justice Department did squat. And what did President Trump do? Bring new charges courageously. And what have we done?
Chairman,
you said I'm the most
control of this
transparent
situation.
FBI director in history. 33,000 pages of information to you. I challenge you to say anything credibly to the truth. Go ahead and run to the cameras where you want to go now.
Senator Adam, questioner. Adam grills FBI Director Kash Patel about Epstein's Black Book, asking if Patel lied when he said the FBI had it. He presses Patel on whether Epstein trafficked anyone besides himself, points to testimony from victims, and even brings up cabinet members Maxwell allegedly mentioned. Adam also challenges why Maxwell was transferred to a lighter prison. Kash Patel, responder. Patel answers carefully. He says the FBI did release documents, insists there were no credible leads against others, and accuses Adam of misrepresenting his words. When Adam pushes about prison transfers, Patel says that's the Bureau of Prisons' decision. Finally, Patel snaps back, calling Adam a liar, a fraud, and a political showman. Adam is trying to show Patel and the FBI are hiding the truth about Epstein's connections. Patel defends himself by stressing transparency, but fights back hard against Adam's attacks. Whew, that was explosive. Adam came at Patel with tough questions. And let's be honest, some of them were questions the public wants answered. But Patel wasn't having it. Instead of just calmly addressing the points, he flipped it around and went on the offensive, calling Adam a fraud and a coward. That's not something you hear every day in a Senate hearing. The Epstein angle made this whole exchange even crazier. The audience at home, like me, is probably thinking, if there's nothing to hide, why all the dodging and personal insults? This felt less like a hearing and more like a WWE smackdown. My advice? When dealing with sensitive topics like Epstein, clarity is everything. The American people don't need shouting matches. They need transparency. Leaders should focus on facts, not personal attacks, because dodging or fighting back only adds more suspicion. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit that like button, comment your thoughts. Do you think Patel was being defensive or just brutally honest? And don't forget to subscribe to my shock filler for more shocking and unfiltered reactions. Trust me, you won't want to miss the next one.